Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at 6 starts now.
A Garden City teenager will stay behind bars for allegedly producing child pornography. Tonight, a warning for parents about the technology he allegedly used to exploit dozens of children. Glad you're with us tonight at 6. The victims located all over, and the feds say this predator's reach was amplified by an app that allowed him to connect to young girls.
It's an app many parents may not even know about. In fact, it's outside the top 50 in Apple Store downloads for social networking apps. Priya Mann is live with a wake-up call for parents who might think they're on top of things when it comes to their kids' devices. Priya.
Kimberly, Devin, good evening. That app you're talking about is Wink. I have the criminal complaint here, and it details horrific allegations of abuse. That Garden City teen was in federal court today, as were his parents. They did not want to talk to Local 4, but we did speak with a tech expert who says parents need to be paying attention to this case.
It's just imperative that parents have to monitor and supervise devices.
Digital wellness advocates are sounding the alarm after a Garden City teen was charged with producing child porn. The FBI says Gerald Careau III allegedly used the game Truth or Dare to trick kids into sending nude photos and videos through various apps.
There are unfortunately a very small percentage of people that want to do this. So we have to stay ahead of them. It's happening in your zip code, it's happening in mine.
Officials say Careau abused 27 kids, threatening to post nude photos on social media unless they followed his demands. In one case, police say Careau got a 9-year-old girl to take explicit photos of her 6-year-old sister. Careau connected with the girl on an app called Wink, which was linked to her Snapchat account. Experts say there are plenty of tools to help parents monitor their children's online activity.
So there are hundreds of apps out there: Guardian, Go Guardian, Bark. I mean, you have to have something to do the work for you. On the front of like desktops and iPads, your router is going to be your best friend. Your router will filter out explicit content. It will stop this type of website. And so when people ask me, like, when should I get my child a phone? When should I give social media? My automatic response is when you're ready for them to see porn or be asked pornographic things.
And experts also say that it's imperative to keep the lines of communication open. Talk to your child about what's inappropriate, what is appropriate, and don't let your child use their phone, laptop, or iPad behind closed doors. That defendant will be back in court in a few weeks. Reporting live tonight, I'm Priya Mann, Local 4.
Really eye-opening information. Priya, thank you.
Now to new information we've received on a police chase that ended last night with an SUV hitting a tree in Detroit. Both people inside ran away. The driver was initially believed to have kidnapped the female passenger. That no longer appears to be the case. Victor Williams has been following this story since it broke last night. Victor, the Southfield police chief, says this is pretty bizarre.
Oh yeah, bizarre indeed. This was something completely different from what they were expecting initially. But regardless, they were able to get the job done.
Our officers have an expectation that when there's a report of a kidnapping, we need to do everything we can to bring that person or persons into custody.
Southfield Police Chief Elvin Barron speaking on just why officers were so adamant about chasing down a gray SUV that crashed in the Rosedale Park area.
So in this case, our witnesses reported what they believed to be a female being abducted. They reported that there was a female being forced into a gray SUV against her will.
Turns out it was a domestic situation, but the car's stolen and the driver doesn't want to stop when being pulled over. After a chase starts at 8 Mile and Shiawassee down the Southfield Freeway, officers try to pit maneuver the car but fail. The driver loses control on his own and hits a tree on Ashton near McNichols, but here's where things get even stranger. The man and woman inside take off into the backyards of people nearby.
We were able to locate first the driver in a garbage can hiding, and ultimately found the female hiding a few doors over in another garbage can.
As the chief adds, finding the woman hiding was bizarre for officers because they ultimately thought they would be finding a kidnapping victim.
We noticed that she was not really complying with us as relates to was she being kidnapped. The thing that I'm most concerned about is that this individual made a decision to not only put himself and the female passenger at risk, but also this community at risk and our officers.
And that 26-year-old driver will be arraigned tomorrow on charges that include fleeing and eluding, resisting and obstructing police, and also possession of a stolen vehicle. That 23-year-old woman at this point in time is not being charged. Victor Williams, Local 4. Back.
Victor, police often hope they can get some help from the community, and we did have people helping on two fronts as this was all unfolding.
Oh, yeah, and that is something that the police chief touched on. Just having people calling 911 as they're seeing things playing out, that was crucial in making sure that arrest was made.
Yeah, which is great. All right, Victor.
The Ford Motor Company is trimming about 3,000 white-collar jobs. The automaker says it's part of a cost-cutting effort as it makes the transition toward battery-powered vehicles. The cuts represent about 6% of the full-time salaried workforce in the U.S. and Canada. Ford says those affected will get severance pay, benefits, and help to find new career opportunities. Ford's 56,000 union factory workers are not affected.
The jury has now gone home for the day in the retrial of two men accused of plotting to kidnap Governor Whitmer. Closing arguments wrapped up pretty early. Deliberations did go on for a few hours today. Sean Lay reports from Grand Rapids with a look at what's different this time compared to that first trial last spring.
Good evening from Grand Rapids. As the jury here continues its deliberations, we speak to a defense attorney who was involved in the trial last spring and won. Attorney Julia Kelly went up against federal prosecutors in the Whitmer kidnapping case and won, winning the freedom for Lake Orion man Daniel Harris. She watched the retrial of Adam Fox and Barry Croft. The difference this time?
I think it was more focused on their side, and you know, they played a lot of clips, a lot of audio clips, but you know, I think Chris and Karen and Josh really presented a great defense for their clients.
Prosecutors today are urging the jury to convict this time in closing arguments, saying Fox and Croft were dead set on kidnapping Governor Whitmer and executing her, telling the jury, quote, they were outside a woman's house at night with night vision goggles and guns, and they made a real bomb. But the defense pushing back hard today, telling the jury that the FBI controlled the plot, put the governor in danger by pushing the plot, and says the men were entrapped by the FBI and rogue informants.
They were concerned that he was breaking the rules, and they said, well, don't worry, we've got a saying in our office, we've got a saying at the FBI, don't let the facts get in the way of a good story.
Brandon Caserta from Canton was acquitted in the last trial. His prediction for this verdict?
I think these boys are going to walk out.
Meantime, jury deliberations in this retrial continue first thing tomorrow morning. In Grand Rapids, Sean Lay, Local 4.
All right, Sean. We kind of had a weather cafeteria today.
We did. Some
Yeah.
people saw a little rain, a little sunshine. Let's get over to Kim Adams, see how things are looking right now.
A buffet
Yes.
conditions, if you will. Yes, we've had a little bit of everything today, some sun, some clouds, and even a couple of rain showers on the east side. West side did stay dry. 83 at Metro Airport. For the most part, we're in the upper 70s. We expect a nice, quiet evening here. There are some showers. Out to our east, you can see that area of low pressure continuing to spin and spun a couple of showers over Macomb County earlier this evening, but otherwise it's going to be nice and quiet as temperatures cool down into the upper 60s by midnight tonight. We are going to talk about the weekend forecast and a warm-up headed our way and when the next chance for showers and thunderstorms is. But the best way to keep updated on these isolated showers that we keep getting here in Metro Detroit is to download the Forewarn Weather app. You can put in your city, and I'm telling you, if a rain shower is anywhere near you, you're going to get an alert on your phone. It'll tell you exactly when it gets to you and when it gets out of your area as well. So download the Forewarn Weather app today.
Kim, thank you. 4 people in custody after a big drug bust involving a semi-truck entering the U.S. from Canada. Investigators say that semi-truck entered the U.S. from the Blue Water Bridge on August 18th. They say it was found at a closed business in Columbus Township with suspected drugs being loaded from the truck and into a van. Marijuana and ecstasy were found with a street value of $1 million. While at that scene, another van arrived in the area and the driver was taken into custody. A search at a home in Detroit uncovered cash and guns. All 4 men that you see there on the screen face several drug charges. And in Dearborn, 2 people facing charges in connection to a series of airbag thefts across Metro Detroit. 33 stolen airbags and steering wheels were recovered after an investigation. Undercover officers say they watched 2 men smash a window of a Chevy Malibu It happened last Thursday in the parking lot of the Holiday Inn on Mercury Drive in Dearborn. Police caught the men after a short chase. Both men face several charges, including receiving and concealing stolen property. We're told police have seen a rise in airbag thefts involving General Motors vehicles, especially the Chevy Malibu.
Crews continue work today repairing the water main break that caused the boil water advisory for thousands of Metro Detroiters. Sky 4 over the repair zone this afternoon. Saturday, the Great Lakes Water Authority lifted the boil water advisory for all 7 communities that were still under it. Over the weekend, crews removed the damaged section of the 120-inch pipe by crane. The replacement portion expected to arrive tomorrow, with repairs expected to be finished by September 3rd. But they say if the water pressure drops significantly, the boil water alert may need to be reinstated.
New research shows more young adults are smoking marijuana. Scientists at the University of Michigan say marijuana and hallucinogen use in 19 to 30-year-olds increased significantly last year to the highest levels in more than 3 decades. Nicotine and marijuana vaping also increased. The study found alcohol is still the most used substance among young adults. Researchers say they use these studies to assess the effects of things such as the pandemic on young adults and to see where public health needs to intervene.